I would characterize it slightly differently. He's not like Jensen, who really would always, go big in terms of his numbers, and he will always talk trillions. Hock Tan, on the other hand, is more, I would say, grounded in the sense like, yes, he would talk in terms of gigawatts and, how he has got more customers now, but he won't make any bold bets around, 4 trillion, 5 trillion. So we didn't hear those sort of numbers. But look, overall, I thought the print was solid. Whenever you see, valuations really go up so much in anticipation of good earnings, and you could say the buy-side bogey was higher and they didn't live up to the estimates. But to me, this is a company that's growing top line over 60%, and it's going to do that at least for the next 2 to 3 years. That's very solid.
So is this a company that is setting the bar low, and is that the way that perhaps some of these hardware companies need to be going into earnings announcements, setting the bar low so that they can easily top it and then kind of wow people at the end of the day?
Yes, and also everyone is trying to triangulate here. If Google is doing more business with Anthropic and Anthropic's backlog is 200 billion, should Broadcom be getting a piece of that pie? Because that's definitely not going to NVIDIA. Or if it's going to NVIDIA, then is it coming at the expense of Broadcom? And so, that $200 billion number was so big coming from Anthropic that everyone was modeling, Broadcom should be the obvious beneficiary because they make most of Google TPUs. That wasn't evident in the guidance last night, where they said they have 6 XPU customers now, and they will do up to 10 gigawatts in 2027, and it's going to ramp up very nicely. But there wasn't that sort of lift, that $200 billion backlog converting to probably a bigger estimate than what they had guided to previously.
Is Broadcom, did they make good chips?
I mean, look,
if it's a good chip maker, I'm buying it on the pullback today.
Look at the entire Google TPU ecosystem is all made by Broadcom chips. Like, Google doesn't make its own chips, so it does it in partnership with Broadcom. And now Anthropic, which is the leading frontier model, that was all trained on Google TPUs. And Anthropic gave a $200 billion contract for Google TPUs that's going to go through 2030. So in theory, Broadcom should be a major beneficiary of that Anthropic contract.
So why is the stock selling off today?
Well, they didn't raise their guidance. Everyone is saying, you already you told me this 90 days back. In the last 90 days, this Anthropic contract came into the scene. Why are you not lifting your guidance more? And it happens all the time.
Okay, so that's the story with Broadcom, and it sounds like it is specific to Broadcom rather than applicable to the rest of the AI world because of that Anthropic announcement.
Yeah.
What about CrowdStrike? The shares are down about 6.7%. Modest sales guidance. Again, something that didn't live up to investor expectations.
Yeah, again, a case of valuations front-running a lot of the good news, and they conceded, clearly, coding agents is the big driver when it comes to AI use. And for a company like CrowdStrike that does cybersecurity, they don't have as much exposure to coding agents being used more and more in terms of the data security or, providing cybersecurity around coding agents. They said they are ramping up AI products, but then they were more focusing on general AI use case, whereas right now, 80% of incremental spend is going towards coding agent, and they didn't really call out that as being a driver of their revenue. So, the market picks these little things where they would measure the bullishness of a company in terms of how much they're raising estimates, as well as what is it that market is fixated on right now? It's coding agents and Anthropic. Well, if you're not telling me that story and that's not your key focus on the earnings call, then people may be disappointed when the valuation is so rich.